Hello, and welcome to another episode of Todd Talks. When Todd talks, people listen. Persona! Hopefully. So today, we are talking about the reaction to the latest death battle that just came out, Weiss Schnee versus Mitsuru Kirijo. And I am very happy to say I am back in the win column. Okay, after the highly controversial Green Lantern Ben 10 video, which you really need to watch the Death Battle cast where they explained why everything went down like it did. I'm serious. We needed to bounce back. We needed one where we could all agree that they win. The proper winner won. I'm not saying that Green Lantern shouldn't have won. I got convinced, but still. Um, and yes, Mitsuru Kirijo of Persona won. And I hope, beyond hope, that this convinces you, both my viewers and all the people who watch Death Battle, that Death Battle is not bias. Okay? Alright? Because as much as I enjoyed having over 400 people watch my preview videos, I had a ton of people in the comments say that Weiss was going to win because Rooster Teeth owns Death Battle. That's not how it works. I know that Tifa Yang was controversial, and that's okay. But never forget that technically the first Rooster Teeth battle was Meta versus Carolina. Actually, is that true? I don't remember now. Was that before? I have to look it up. But anyway, but regardless, they did that battle, and they let one of their characters die. And they even helped make sure that Carolina correctly won because they felt, based on their own writing, that Carolina would beat the Meta. But that's another story entirely. Anyway, so this was a Rooster Teeth character versus a non-Rooster Teeth character, and Weiss lost. Weiss died. Okay? So, Death Battle, not biased. I know none of you are going to believe. Okay, I know some of you are going to believe me because you picked Mitsuru to win, but I know I won't convince everybody. But I'm hoping, because it's been so many times when I've heard people say that Death Battle is biased and they choose the winners. Like, that's why Green Lantern won, because they had to pick a comic book character over a cartoon character. Except Ben 10's got one of the best fan bases in the world, so why wouldn't they try to capitulate to them? Especially since this was the first time that franchise has ever been introduced in the Death Battle. Anyway, so. Calming down. Now, the battle itself was actually very, very fun. I'm going to admit, when I was hearing the research for Weiss, I was starting to wonder maybe she would win. Maybe I wasn't going deep enough into what I thought was, possible with Weiss. But then I saw Mitsuru's breakdown, and I was like, yeah, I think she's got it. But leave it to Death Battle to do an absolutely fun match where anything and everything can happen. And I have to admit, this was actually one of my favorite death battles of the season. I think that I'm not sure if I would put it at the top. Then again, I don't know who I would put at the top right now. But this was definitely a fun one. I loved the camera work. All right, I especially love the first person shot of Weiss with her rapier fighting Mitsuru. That was a really clever shot. I don't think we've ever had that in a death battle before. This was very, very fun. It played up all the things you would expect. Weiss using her glyphs, some stuff straight out of a Blaze Blue Cross tag battle. The use of the summons versus the persona, and all the different personas that the different summons that Weiss could use. It was really good stuff. And then at one point in time, Mitsuru got seriously injured, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are they gonna have Weiss win this? And because they had her get up and make a "I'm gonna kill you now" statement, which usually is the signal that the battle's getting close to ending and it's about to do a turnaround. But instead, they do a nice couple double fake outs, and then they have Mitsuru win. So I was happy about that because, again, I really felt that as good as Weiss was, Mitsuru is better. She was more experienced than Weiss. She actually, as many people like to point out, Weiss actually doesn't do that well in one-on-one competition matches, especially with ones who match her skill and exceed it. So yeah, it was. And then as Death Battle noted in their corner brackets, Artemisia could have actually drained her energy and her aura to give it back to Mitsuru, which I noted in the last battle. And of course, between her ice immunity, which is what Weiss's speciality is her ice dust. Even with time dilation, her Mitsuru's clairvoyancy would have allowed for her to sense what was coming, and the summons wouldn't have done anything to uh, Artemisia because they've never really been used to superiorly attack people. Okay, like the Lancer I think was used once in Ruby Season 6, and the Armagigas has only been used a few times, more as a defense mechanism than an attacker, and Artemisia is obviously faster than both of them, so there you go. But in the end, this was a nice little, fun little battle. I honestly really enjoyed it. Dear gosh, the fur coat skits. Okay, I mean, I get it. Mitsuru's got a really nice coat. Okay, and Ben actually apologized on Twitter that they couldn't use that model of her from the Persona 4 Arena or Blaze Blue, I think it was. So yeah, I guess they had to, make it work. Also, that explosion diagram from Boomstick. I'm a real scientist now. That was hilarious. Oh, the code is so soft. So are the interns. So that was good. I like this battle. This was a good episode. I've honestly had a rough day, so watching this and having this Victor and everything, it was really, really fun. So I hope you enjoyed it, and again, I hope this clears up that Death Battle's not biased. So there we go. All right, next up in a battle I am already giddy for is one I've actually thought about myself, and I think this was a community death battle once, but don't hold me to it. Captain Falcon versus Johnny Cage. Oh yeah, and I know what you're thinking. Well, Cage is a Mortal Kombat character, and Captain Falcon's a race car driver who just happens to be in Smash Brothers. Isn't this a stomp for Johnny Cage? Don't jump to conclusions, because unlike Mortal Kombat, Captain Falcon has an anime. And animes are the great equalizer in death battle, as we have seen in the past. So hold your thoughts. Do the research like I do, my friends, and let's have a nice little fun 2D death battle. Let's go around. Now, for the record, I would have loved if this was a 3D death battle because of Smash Brothers, and we know that the Captain Falcon models are good. But let's be honest, this is gonna have to be a 2D death battle. But that's fine. I think it'll still be good, and I can't wait to see it. So I look forward to seeing you next time. And of course, let me know what you think or thought about the Weiss Mitsuru battle. Did you like the battle itself? What did you think of the explanations? And of course, what are you thinking about Johnny Cage versus Captain Falcon? So, I thank you for watching. If you made this far, I know you were listening, and I will see you around.